teaching and tutoring convection currents can be, well, kind of difficult because you've said convection currents. So I never start with the title. I always start with a story that can happen to my students. You go up to the fridge. You've got no hat on and no socks on. These are the two important things. But because I've said no hat, no socks, my students are suddenly fascinated. Why are you going to the fridge, no hat, no socks? So then you say, you open the fridge. Which one feels cold? Your feet or your face? So, does the cold air inside the fridge fall out downwards to your feet or fall out upwards into your face? It's a logical question. And you might set it for homework at school and just find out. But it'd be funny with students all standing there, opening fridges, opening freezers, just trying to find out whether or not they get cold feet. And it will get the parents involved in, their discussion and stuff. And the next day you can go through what it is. Anyway, what happens is, just because hot air balloons go up, cold air goes down. It's your feet that catch the cold. That's why, quite cleverly, there are shelves in the fridge. And they mean that the cold air kind of pools here and pools there. It doesn't all go down into your feet. And also the crispers at the bottom. It's a container, it's a big plastic container. So the cold air goes and then overflows into your feet. And the crisper's there because hot at the top of a fridge, that's where you put the makey coldy pipes that have the compression gas expanding to make it cool. And then going around the back and compressing again to make it hot at the back of the fridge. So the coldness automatically goes down all the way through the fridge because it's made at the top of the fridge, or you might have a freezer compartment there. And so the coldness comes down, everywhere gets cold. But the crisper, where you keep your vegetables, this has a constant coldness, which is what you want to keep the fruit and vegetables crisp. What you don't want is to put them in the door, where it goes cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, every time someone opens the door. And that's why actually the eggs and the milk shouldn't also be in the fridge door. Gotta think about it. What should be in the fridge door? Something that doesn't mind variation in temperature? Maybe tins and jars that you're going to open tomorrow. Put them in the fridge first, in the door, because it doesn't matter that variation. And then they'll be cold when you open them, and therefore the bacteria that get in from the air floating around in the air, they're like smaller than motes of dust floating around in the air, getting into your cans and tins when you open them. They'll meet coldness and therefore can't breathe. Whereas if it's at room temperature, you open a jar or a can, then they'll meet room temperature and breathe up as fast as they can until the can has cooled down inside the fridge again. Cooly canny first. And jars, if they're things that you want to last for some time. Not if you're going to cook it all today, but like my olives, I want them to last for as long as possible when I've opened the jar.